makes hardwood kind of expensive actually, so I do want to fix 73, about 100 of the hardwood. We can do it all in Prussian, well some of it. Yeah, I think all of it in Prussian and Holt. That'll be a little less profitable for them, but it will fix the price of hardwood. So the hardwood is still fairly cheap at 32 each and a minus 17% overall. And I'm not sure if that fixed the wood problem actually. We totally build more coal mines. I think we build more coal mines. It makes everything a lot cheaper in a lot of ways. We need more infrastructure in Westphalia, so we're going to build a railway in Westphalia. And then where do we build all these coal? Silesia. I think I can hold the line here pretty effectively. We do have a steel mill here, so I do want more coal mines here, and they have the peasants and they have the infrastructure to withstand it. So let's actually build, they have plus 19 infrastructure. Let's start work on a railway. But we'll set that, let's actually fix it. We'll take that off the top. Take that off the top. They have plus 19 infrastructure. That means that I could fit 9 coal mines. So let's build 9. After that 9, we will bolster their infrastructure with a railway. Then after that, maybe we build railways in all of our states. I think that makes sense. We'll build, oh my goodness, Brandenburg doesn't even have a railway yet. Goodness, we'll do that. Pomerania, Posen, Anhalt, etc. Everybody that's not a colony pretty much. So that we'll have trains everywhere. We have the Great Garment Factory fire. A deadly fire has killed many workers in North Rhine due in part to dangerous working conditions and locked emergency exits. It has been revealed that Gustav von Rauch, a prominent member of the armed forces, was the owner of the now scorched factory. So we can either have 5% of lower strata pops in North Rhine become more radical, armed forces gain strength as a result, or hold him responsible. They become less approving of us. We'll get rid of that French colonization of Senegal notification. They'll be less approving of us. Right now they really like us, giving us this benefit of plus 10% offense and defense. I do like having that bonus. I do like the armed forces overall, but they're working with the Junkers and I don't like that. So let's do this. We'll have him arrested. So he got taken out, and that was the leader of the armed forces. Now we have a moderate in charge. So nothing really changes for them, I don't think. A whole bunch of defensive pact offers that I do not care about whatsoever. Can I finally do... I don't think I can do it. Nope, there's no leadership play yet. Okay. We'll just have to wait 3 years. I'm considering damaging relationship with Austria-Hungary. Relations are cold right now though, and they're not trying to improve them. Let's improve relations with some other people. The French, once again, please. And I suppose we'll do... probably leave it there. Well, no, let's actually improve relations with our little states here. That's probably going to end up being important. So let's get rid of Spain. Don't need Spain. Let's be nice to our people. We have raising concerns. Rural folk don't like the industrialists. I think rural folk, that's just too bad. So yeah, lose some political strength. The United States wants a trade agreement. No thank you. One of our admirals died, sadly. Always need to maintain at least 2. I think we'll just go with the ambitious dude, who is also a convoy raider. We have the art of doing nothing, and advance for wealth voting. Though previously opposing the wealth voting laws, Ludwig Veroslavic has considered the industrialist political position and instead offers support. We could welcome that. So the industrialists would get, and this is the leader of the petite bourgeoisie. So petite bourgeoisie and industrialists would get interest group pop attraction. We'd get more success chance, which I definitely want. Alternatively, Ludwig loses popularity. Let's do both. Let's get that success chance as high as we can get it. And if the petite bourgeoisie become more powerful, that means that the Junkers become less powerful. And we have postal savings, so now we can get more farmer and shopkeeper investment pool efficiency. After that, maybe we could go labor movement. Because going to a tier 3 is going to take 3 years to research something. I could get labor movement done in 16 months. That would give me +1 potential agitator, although I'm not really making use of those dudes at the moment. I mainly just want to see if I can kick off communism, but not sure if I want to do that. I think we start this. Let's see what happens. Our French obligation expires in 361 days. That means that our truce will not be over fast enough to ensure they stay out of Denmark. Is there anything else I'd like to do with that? Just to check, the British, they have 187 flotillas. Nice. We have 14. We do have way more battalions than they do, but we can't beat them on the navy. On the ocean, I mean. Wonder if we want to make a war with Austria now, take some of their states. Russia wouldn't be against us. The Ottomans might help us out. French cannot join. Great Britain might not get involved. And we can handle a fight right now. We were prepared for a fight, but we did not get one. Yeah, because you need a certain number of states in order to form Germany. Demanding this would result in 35 infamy for Prussia. Oof. That would be painful. We might be in a position that we could consider doing that. The only issue is my budget is quite negative, and it fixes itself for the most part when we get some more private investment. So I'm a little concerned that this is going to keep going negative. We picked up some extra construction offices in this Prussian Schleswig-Holstein, but those construction offices don't even have access to any iron here, so they're friggin' extra expensive. I think I'm going to destroy these. I don't want them there. That's going to fix our little problem. Yeah, our budget is mostly fixed now. Hey, wealth voting might make it through. Wonderful. Junkers are at 22.2%. They're so close to not being powerful. So close. Can't suppress them because they're in government. I wonder how much infamy would get for attacking the Netherlands. 22.6 for one of their states. Capital is 32.5. I want to use that French obligation though to keep them out of this, or to have them on my side. Right now we have no infamy whatsoever. What if I pushed for 2 of these states? Bohemia itself is 4.37 million population. That is a wonderful amount of population to acquire. They got tool workshops, they got coal, they got iron. They just need some steel here. I think, ooh, they got barracks already. Construction sectors, government administrations. I'd like to take Bohemia from you, Austria. I think we're gonna try this. We're gonna push the issue. See what happens. They're not gonna accept it, so we're just gonna force a diplomatic play. Everybody mobilize. So I can right click the army and the outliner to send them somewhere. Gonna have all these dudes go actually just chill out on the southern front. I do not want to be the attacker. I wonder if Austria is going to give in. That'd be pretty funny. I wonder if I'm that scary to them. Württemberg is siding with Austria-Hungary. Okay. We'll see who else decides to do something. I think we'll stick with just Bohemia. Alright, so Württemberg is over here. I do need to send some forces there to deal with that front. We'll send Offensive Corps number 1 and Defensive Corps number 3. This is, of course... Can they get there? Yeah, they can get there. That's, of course, assuming that we don't get anybody that can naval invade us. Oh, Württemberg was swayed towards them? I guess it was towards them, yeah. Got inefficient agriculture. I'm going to follow the advice of the industrialists. Keep them happy, get some more migration attraction for Rhineland. That sounds good to me. Are the Austrians not even going to raise their army? What's going on here? Okay, now they're raising their army. Moving the troops around. French Republic declares neutrality. And nobody else decided to join Austria, so it's just us and Hohenzollern versus Krakow and Württemberg. Let's make sure that these front lines are in fact one front line. They are over here. Apparently we're negative for advantage, but we have the advantage here. Let the war break out. We'll just hold the line and see what happens. Doing a quick run through of all of my... Ooh, this steel mill is not doing well. That just happens from time to time when you build too much. Shipyards aren't doing too great either. Let's think about getting a expert trade route for clippers. We can do 15 to the Swedes. I'll take that. That'll make them a little bit happier. Our shipyards, I mean. So the armed forces leader retired again, and it's another moderate. Wonderful. Pretty sure that's what the notification said. A couple of days away from battle. Alright, we're dug in now. War has erupted. Let's just see what happens here. Let's see if anybody pushes. Oh, we got a push. So it's 39 versus 35. We have a boatload of defense. 52 versus their 35 offense. Now the numbers of troops are pretty similar, but we've already killed a bunch more of them than they've killed of us. And we're slaughtering them at about 3 to 1. So this is the big game plan, kill them. Austria has declared us their rival once more. Alright, bro. I think we do have to eventually make them happier with us in order to integrate everybody into one massive state. How's the battle going over here? Are we attacking them? We are attacking them. Which one of you is set to actually attack? Defensive Corps 3 is set to attack. Let's put them on defend front instead. This battle will maybe go in our favor, actually. I doubt it. We might win. We might actually win. Holy crap, we're winning. And they are foolishly attacking us as well. Holy crap, 75 versus 104. And the deaths are piling up for Austria. Look at that. Oh, 10,000 gone. Pretty sure we have an artillery advantage as well. So we have a plus 19% kill rate compared to their minus 3% kill rate here in this particular battle. What about in the big conflict over here? We're at plus 34% kill rate. Good lord. Plus 3% for them. We're slaughtering them. So the green bar is morale. The blue bar is manpower. What is the bar next to it? Attrition? Organization. So this is the organization. Yep. So this army is beat to shit. Its organization is trash. We could push it very hard. Same thing with this army right here. So now we want to switch into offense right here. We're just gonna go. Let's go with heavy barrage on this dude to, if he takes over, to wipe them out as much as possible. They're exhausted over here, so we'll attack. And then over here, I think they're doing much better, but we do have that big battle going on. Or we did, right? No, we kicked their ass. We killed them. We might want to push over here too. They're tremendously exhausted, but I think they can push us a little bit more. This is pretty cool, by the way, how the front is like this now. Alright, we got a nice battle in Württemberg. Should probably win this most likely. And it looks like that's going to be yes, but it is going to be a painful victory. That is what you get pretty often when you attack. There's no attacks going on here, so we have to go on the offensive. Let's advance front and see what happens. We might need to put more than that onto advance. Let's also put this army, so that puts... Let's throw everybody into advance, actually. So that we have the maximum number of people that can join into an army, into a particular battle. Let's put the first corps onto defense, just in case. Alright, we've absolutely beat them over here in Württemberg. And... the hell is this? My ally is going to die horrifically. And then lose all my advances that I just made. Gotcha. So that right there was the army bug, where your little ally attacks, loses, and then you lose all the land you just had. Yeah. Not sure how this war is going to go. If this war doesn't go very well, I need to pause my gameplay until I get a patch that fixes that particular bug. There's a lot of battles going on. Holy shit. You're getting destroyed. You're losing almost certainly. Actually, we won that fight. So this fight is going to be a loss. Are we even making progress? What's going on here? We have Helmuth von Moltke of the Offensive Corps 2, who showed up with only like 2 battalions against 35 battalions. I do not know why that is exactly. I guess everybody was taken up by over here. That's too bad. I think we are winning the fight though. We're exhausting their manpower reserves. They're about to lose. Especially a crap ton of men here in this attack. They somehow kept attacking us for some reason. I need to be careful and not forget how to build construction during a battle. I get really like tunnel visioned on... Oh, the Netherlands are having a liberal revolt. I get really tunnel visioned on conflicts. Hey, we got wolf voting. Wonderful. We're not going to get involved in the Netherlands fight. The actual Netherlands is being supported by Great Britain. I'm not going to go against them. Especially not when I'm at war. I kind of think my taxes are maybe a little bit too high now. I want more private industry investment. Our GDP is going up faster, but let's pull it back on the taxation. Or will we? I say this because I'm having issues with Prussian/Holstein having pops living below minimum expected standard of living. That means that they expect better than what they have. They're struggling right now because there's turmoil. It's probably why. Let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper. They pay an average of 36.8% of their income in taxes, right? Yeah, we need to reduce taxes most likely. Let's let off the pressure. The liquor tax alone would take a lot of pressure off them. I think they spend a lot of their money on liquor. Yep, goodbye liquor tax. At least for now. That should improve my population's life, because I do like to drink. Hey, Württemberg capitulated. Wonderful. Not sure what that was, or if I gained anything out of it. But I think they left us alone, which is something. Now I need to reassign the 1st Offensive Army Corps back over to the main front. Put them on defense. And then the, what is the other one here? There's another one here, right? Defensive Corps 3? Yeah. Assign y'all over to that front as well. We got labor movement. Let's actually take a look at some potential agitators that we could accept into our country. We could do secret police. Ooh, I'd like universal suffrage. And a trade unionist, no doubt. No less. Another universal suffrage. Another trade unionist. Ooh, I like a intelligentsia dude. I'll take him. And then... oh, I can't get one more. I should have room for another one, and there were other people. Not sure why I can't select those other people. Maybe the AI snaps some of them up. Before I run out of construction queue, I need to consider what I want to build next. I want to get rid of my man of war import. I don't need that. I don't need my lead export either. Thank you very much. We do have some authority that we can spend now. We might want to spend it on a decree. Wood's price is still going up quite a bit. Fertilizer as well, and tools. Let's build a bunch of logging camps. And we'll just go from the top. We can do 60 wood per. And the difference was 1,230. That means that we would have to build 20 logging camps in order to supply our buy orders for wood. None of which, thankfully, are from trade routes. A good number of our trade routes importing wood, though. Jesus Christ. A large number of our trade routes are importing wood. So we need to build up our wood supplies quite a bit more. I'd say 25 logging camps. They do one infrastructure each. We'll just go like down the list basically. Alright, there we go. 25 camps set up. I need to double check that I'm building in the Rhine, the North Rhine, a railway. I don't think I am, so they're going to need one eventually. Yeah, we're not, so we'll build one there. I could have checked here, goodness. And then we'll call it good for our construction queue. Innovation. We could do pharmaceuticals for max health system and institution investment, but we don't even have a health system. You know, what would it take to get a public health insurance? It would take pharmaceuticals, actually. Okay, we could maybe get that then. Let's grab pharmaceuticals because it's also being transferred to us. That means it'll get done even faster. Jesus. They started with like double our units here, but we're actually beating the living crap out of them here. I think, yeah, we won pretty much. Like, their armies are completely exhausted. And we're starting to push. There we go. That took less than a year, right? Oh my goodness, please actually deploy to the front over here. These dudes did not listen. What the heck? Oh, they couldn't reach it. Really? So you have to route there. I need friggin' Hanover to join me, but it's not gonna happen. Huh. I guess I'll stay right there then. Alright, we'll go ahead and press our war goal of conquering Bohemia. We'll get that as soon as possible. But yeah, everybody needs to go on the offensive now. Well, having one defensive army is always a good thing, just in case they want to attack us, so that we can really slaughter them. Just absolutely destroy them. Ooh, that was 39 versus 72 for a moment. And now it's down to... oh, Junkers petition government. They want landed voting. Whatever, bro. Let's see here. We are killing more of them. That is wonderful. They're sending more troops. Okay. How many? I just saw another buy order for our iron. Let's see here. Yeah, we import like none of it. We export 1,000. So 25% of our iron is sold elsewhere, which actually makes our iron a little bit more expensive. It would be cheaper than this otherwise, but I can't stop them. I'd have to embargo the countries. That sucks. I think it's a little hard to tell, like, I guess you go state by state now, right? And then you advance. So the front line doesn't actually move constantly. You're just taking parts of the state and then it pushes forward. I think that's how they kind of solved a little bit of the wonkiness. Yeah, we are shredding them. I think I want to... Offensive Corps 2 has some manpower issues. I want to swap them onto defense once they get rid of their... get done with their current battles. And then I want Defensive Corps number 1 to tag team in to attack. And they are getting attacked actually, so there is a reason to have defenders. So that means that Offensive Corps 2 could get actually assaulted completely. So then I should probably keep Defensive Corps 1 on defense. That's fine, we'll just pull Offensive Corps off the line. Keep Defensive Corps 2 pushing. Now let's swap Defensive Corps 2 into defense. This is because they're weaker, they're going to be better at defending anyway. We'll make Defensive Corps 1 push. I think we can get away with that because they're so beat. We got the Agrarian League forming in our nation, so that is just the rural folk by themselves. Great. Be better if they would work with the intelligentsia, but whatever. Alright, we got a 26 versus 36. Offense defense is pretty even. It's leaning us. We do have fairly similar kill rate. I think this is a defensive army, right? Yeah, Defensive Corps 1. They're not really designed to kill people, I don't think. We'll see how this battle goes. We are smoking them, actually. We have false democracy. What is this? So the leader of the Petite Bourgeoisie has condemned the Prussian electoral system, endorsing abstention from voting in what he calls a sham to put on to placate the people. Alright, well let's see here. We could lose legitimacy to make Petite Bourgeoisie radical. That also slows down the Progress Party. No thank you. I think no matter what, we lose momentum for the Progress Party. The second one is less political strength per vote, less legitimacy. So you trade legitimacy for political strength per vote, and the Petite Bourgeoisie become even more radical. We just take minus 20% momentum to Progress, plus 20% to the Free Conservatives. That's fine. Industrialists will get even more... Oh! Junkers are no longer powerful. Nice. I'm cool with this one. Let's actually think about what laws we might want to push next. We might go laissez-faire. Wondering about this. If we go laissez-faire, we can no longer subsidize stuff, which is kind of an issue. Well, it's not that big of an issue. Like starting a new industry for a good that you don't actually have a market for, you need a demand first before you get the supply. As long as you have that, you should be able to start the industry up. And this gives us a max company. It does also mean that I can't destroy buildings that are in genuinely awful locations. But I do want that investment pool contribution. It would radicalize the rural folk and the trade unions, but that's not that big a deal. But I don't know, I kind of want to go down the path of the proletariat revolution. So we'll stay with interventionism. Now the question is, can we push to universal suffrage and get away with it? Well, the Junkers are 17.5% of political clout. Our next election is in 141 days. Let's see what happens with the election. Conservatives have really dropped down on, looks like, the polls. So their power has changed considerably. Let's not do any laws until the election comes. The frontline advances, we have Bohemia. Surely there would be a way to open borders with a nation. I wonder if that's something they forgot to do. Could do violate sovereignty on Hanover. Force them to join me against Austria. Hanover would not accept. Yeah, I guess in making 1.5 they forgot about the concept of open borders. Or is that just not a thing anymore? At this point in time, like history. So we have a lot of armies in other places. Yeah, a lot of my pops are below minimum expected standard of living. And these are the lower strata pops. They're not doing too hot. I still think it's mostly because of turmoil, but if I look at my other states, and I look at my populations, they're struggling as well in the lower strata. They did drop down to 26.1% of their income in taxes, which was from a high of like what? Like 29% or something? 39% I mean. So that's a major boon for them, so they should be doing better here pretty soon. Let's just give them some time. I think they'll heal. And we have pharmaceuticals, so now we can actually maybe push for a health system that works. The devout actually are in favor, whereas the industrialists are not in favor. So there would be a strong stall momentum. I could go with private health insurance. Nobody is against this. Going with private makes the petite bourgeoisie stronger. I'm not against that. It increases the standard of living for the upper strata. Public does it for everybody, so I'd rather have public. And private health insurance is a per wealth thing, not a everybody thing. Really, it's not even that effective. Well, 0.2% mortality per wealth. What is a wealth? I guess that number they have, such as like 40. So a wealthy person could be standard of living 40, I suppose, and I guess you multiply that by 0.2, so that gives you 8% mortality per wealth. Well, not per wealth, but total for a standard of living 40 population. Whereas this is 4% for everybody. I'm kind of thinking we push the public health insurance. Let's just wait. Let's wait until the election's over and see where we go from there. Quinine, +1 max colonial affairs institution, and removes all effects from malaria. I'd like to do that. Let's do that ASAP. I'd also like to check to see if I can do more. Oop, I'm up to 9 interest. Wonderful. I want South Africa. I want an interest in what else is colonizable still here? Papua, but that is severe malaria, right? And then Sulawesi. This place has regular malaria, so I want to colonize there. We'll declare an interest in Indonesia. That leaves us with 2 more interests to make use of. I'd like an interest in Japan. I want to go say hello, see how you're doing. And then where else? Maybe Central Africa for Luango. But this is going to be severe malaria. It's going to be a while before we can go there, truly. Still thinking about down here in South America. We have some coal, some sulfur, some fishing wharves. Coal, sulfur. Oh, this is actually some decent land. We're going to declare an interest in La Plata. There we go. Germany finally getting maybe some major colony action going. We got to increase that investment. Go get those goods that we need so badly. Alright, so Austria is finally getting some negative war support. I think this war is almost wrapped up. It won't be that much longer until we can push Denmark in 1854. Hey, quinine is spreading to us. Cool. I think defensive corps number 1 is exhausted, so they're going to go on to defending. Offensive corps number 2 is almost refreshed. We're going to swap them into advancing. Defensive corps 2 is going to remain on the defense. I noticed that we were entering battles with a very small amount of troops. Hello there. This is a lot of troops. We still have a bunch more, well, a decent amount more offense than they have defense. So let's see how this battle goes. I don't think that we're going to win this particular fight. I would be very surprised. That's a lot of troops. That was very bad. We have logistics now, so plus 20% conscriptable battalions. Not anything we really care too much about. We might need to put everybody onto defense and just hold. Because we have what we need. Let's just wait, let's regroup. Let's get everybody rearmed and ready to go. See if they want to take some pot shots at us. And then if necessary, we can push them. But we have the war goal. So they're going to be giving in right now, actually. Okay. I'll take that. Alright, we have Bohemia. Welcome, friends. 400.7 bureaucracy. Is pretty high here, but whatever. I had to do something with my time before attacking Denmark again. Although now, of course, I do have a truce with Austria, but we can find something to do in the meantime, like colonization. Or maybe we can think about slugging it out with somebody who deserves it, to take their colonies from them. Or go say hello to Japan. There's some kind of weird bug where you queue up things to get built, but then it never actually goes into the building queue. So I need to actually build more of my... I need to build 10 more frigates and 10 more man-o-wars for my navy here.